immediately, but hi for any rewatch crew. Today I am in front of the fish tank. Um, that's my 20-gallon river bottom tank right there. Lots of guppies. There is an albino bristlenose plecostomus in there. A coolie loach that we got for free because he got shipped in with some grass by accident, some bottom grass. And let me make sure my volume's all the way up here. I never remember to check that. Anyway, I also have a banjo catfish in there someplace. But yeah, I just thought I would take some time while my wife's at dialysis this morning to just go and do some chainmail because I got to catch up on some. So let me do the usual check here. I'm on my iPhone. I'm checking my channel here just to make sure this video has gone live. Let me make sure I have sound. Do some chainmail because I gotta catch up on. There we go. So let me do the usual check here. Okay. So this way with the iPad I can also see the chat. I wish I'd have been more thoughtful about setting up and actually made sure that the iPad is not going to go into sleep mode while we're doing stuff. Where is it? Oh, if I look in the right spot. Display and brightness. Let's shut off the auto lock. I'm going to be trying to do things with very sore shoulders today. And yeah, I've been dealing with a lot of pain, but I'm feeling better today. It's been kind of chronic. And then, of course, I had the, by the way, the bottles in the plant there to keep Wraith from trying to chew other plants in the tank and on that side. There's open spots in the top there, and he likes to chew. Anyway, I have nothing that is toxic. Actually, they're right there. Anyway, I had a root canal on Tuesday, and because I have to have anxiety medication beforehand, because of actual PTSD and panic attacks, one dentist experience that did that, you know, kind of contributed, but the rest of it, that was a while ago. But the rest of it is just because of things that have happened in my life. And so I was panicking during the first part of the procedure. And that was with the med on board. But I guess when I got home, first off, my father-in-law said I was pretty interesting in the car. I don't remember much. But I was talking to a bookcase. I was like, oh my God. I was just gone. My mouth right now, the whole mouth hurts, and they only worked on this side. And so, yeah, that's the thing. I won't get into more in that because, well, some people would probably be just as triggered as the thought of it does to me. But I wanted to show something very interesting, and I will wait till I get anybody to come in. I have an interesting gladius here, a real one. I told Blue about it years ago, and I just never showed it on camera, I don't think so. But yeah, today I have a lot of stuff to do. I have to work on units for a necklace. I'm going to show you guys the necklace itself that I'm duplicating. It's going to be in blues. The original is in purple. And it was one of my wife's designs that she did, you know, when she could still see. And she's going to be having to go in for cataract surgery, and they're reattaching a retina at some point. I guess that's what I understand anyway. Eyeballs are not my thing. That's not my field of nursing. No. I couldn't handle surgical OR. Eyeballs are definitely not my specialty. And yeah, I am going to be putting some more things up for sale once I get more stuff done. I don't have all of the finished things like the pride flags and the American flags keychains that are about that big done in chainmail, and they're pretty gorgeous, but as I get them done I will post them. The keychains that I sell are if they're 15 each, or I combine them, you know, if you want to get more than one. And that's because I pay for shipping. That's, you guys don't have to worry about shipping, don't have to deal with Etsy at that point. You know, if you drop a dono and you want, you know, you want a keychain. I'm also going to be working on some full Persian crosses today too. I'm hoping to get some of those done, but I have cross keychains I'll be making as well. And like I said, as I get pictures up, and I will combine things to ship, so we can work things out from there if you buy more than one. But we also have these as well, which are fun. The dice do not come out, just letting you know. I have one on my key ring for my car, and it's been there for a few years now, and it's just fine. Gotta love yourself some emergency dice. That's what that is. That's in case there's an emergency role-playing session. Always carry a bag of emergency dice. I have one. My wife has one. And I actually ended up having to use a set of emergency dice. Got a patient started playing Dungeons and Dragons because they asked, well, how did you and your wife meet? And I said, well, we met playing Dungeons and Dragons. And they're like, oh, what's that? And I tried to explain it, and then I'm like, why am I trying to explain this? Pop out the emergency dice, and I just started making stuff up on the fly. You never know when you need these. Now, seriously, if you play D&D, always carry a bag of dice with you. Doesn't have to be a big one. You don't need a lot of dice. You don't want to know how big my bag of dice is. Or my wife's bag of dice. Actually, boxes. She can't see them too much, but she does collect dice. But they're fun. Okay, I do have that on live chat. All right. Okay, so what I've got to drink here is I've got Mountain Dew Zero left over, and I have bumped the camera. I have an unsweetened tea from McDonald's that we had gift cards, we used them, and I like the tea plain without anything in it. Sometimes I'll add stevia and lemon to it, but this one's plain today. I don't like sugared teas because it just tastes like pure sugar and it's like gross. I got bottles of water if I need that. So I think the project I have currently set up is a rainbow cross, but I wanted to show you guys. I'm going to start putting on light too. I do have my spotlight here, but I also have the light from the windows, which I'm really enjoying right now. But this is an amethyst. And of course I'm wearing black, so it's really hard to see it. There's inclusions on the back. This is a Byzantine lace that my wife did. What are you guys doing back here? Oh, hi, Slim Shady. Let's see if we can zoom in. Ew. Hey, don't zoom in on that. Okay, no. Okay. Anyway, this one we've got for 125. There is a lot of work in this piece. And if it were in blue, I'd call it the heart of the sea. It's insanely gorgeous. And heavy. So, but this one, this weave and this style is what I'm doing in different shades of blue. And that's not the centerpiece. That's the wrong one. I have a few lapis here. This is lapis and topaz. And the nurse that ordered this wanted in blue. So this is going to be the focal piece instead of amethyst, of course. But it's going to be a large focal piece. And so, you know, up here is the topaz. And you can see that thing really, really sparkles. It's a gorgeous piece. And so I'll be doing that in shades of blue. Yeah, it's a pretty one. This thing is just, this purple necklace is just spectacular. I love it so much. Okay, and one thing I did not do at the end of this stream, I'm going to have to get a container for all these units. Now, what I mean by the units, Byzantine is done with 5 sets of 2 rings. And so if you just prepare, you're going to just start out with the 5 sets of 2 rings. So what I've got here is a gray in the center, and then a light blue and a darker blue on the ends. And paired up with that topaz and lapis, it just looks beautiful. The colors are fantastic. And she's really excited about it because she's seen the colors and she's like, oh yeah, that's good. But you end up with a lot of the little units. And so yeah, I need a separate container for them because they're getting out of hand. They're just in a plastic bag with a bunch of dice that I need to set into earrings. And yeah, they need to be in a separate place. Oh, there's one more. Of course, I don't know, someday I'm gonna have to do something with this pendant. I ordered it, I thought it would be bigger. A lot of my stuff is coming from Sri Lanka and from India. Come on. Well, this is just a really, really interesting lapis. I gotta hold it up like that against my hand. You can kind of see the color. Daddy's not home. We must whine about this. And here's the other side. See, the inclusions are gorgeous. It's a beautiful stone. Chell does not like it when my wife's at dialysis. Sorry, my jaw still hurts today. I haven't taken any pain medication since the first day. Surprisingly, I had pain medication the first day, and that usually one of those pills will last me about 20 hours. And then I just haven't had Tylenol or anything. I haven't needed it. Okay. And today, I will be, not right now, but later on today, I'll be working on the little fawn unicorn. In ink. The challenge is when you're doing a swamp and everything, the back is going to be very, very light. And it'll get darker as I go forward, which is fine. It frames the fawn very well to go that route, but I have to figure out how to execute it in just black and white ink. So, yeah. And then also I was going to say, anybody who has a hardbound sketchbook, if it starts falling apart, I used blue jeans and leather glue and just stuck the blue jeans on there. And it's holding it together. And I don't mind the rough edges. I think it's something interesting. Alrighty. We need trays. I have lots of different fishing trays. Different size rings. I'm not used to working with the scales too much yet, but like we have a whole lot of scales in here. It's all sorts of things. Come on, Chel, move your butt. Move your butt. Or don't. So, just getting some equipment out. I will flip the camera and there will be a camera quake and everything. Hi, Sleepy Joe. Go click what? So yeah, the chainmail rings I'll be working out of this. Is it this tray? Not this tray. We have trays from two different companies. And the rings aren't exactly the same sizes. There's just enough of a difference that if you mix the rings up and you're doing a tight weave, that you're not going to be able to get them to interlock in the correct way. So if you do buy from different companies, make sure to keep them separate. We purchase from the Ring Lord in Canada. We also get some from We've Got Mail in the United States, and that's weave as in loom weaving, so to speak. So WEAVE gotmail.com. So those are the two sites that we get rings from, and there's just, whether it's the dyes, even if you have the same color, and I ran into this with gold color anodized aluminum rings. I started a Byzantine cross, which was a pattern I developed, and it's very sculptural and gets very tight, but I did not realize that I had grabbed the wrong tray. I'm like, oh, I just need this color, so I grabbed the second tray, and I could not get one ring to rule them all. I could not get it in that cross, and I had done these crosses like 4 times already. So I came home complaining about it, and my wife goes and says, which tray did you grab? And I'm like, well, I grabbed this one. She's like, oh, that's from We've Got Mail. And the AR, which is the aspect ratio between the outer diameter of the ring and the inner diameter, can be just so slightly off that it will make it impossible to finish if you mix the rings up. So, lesson learned the hard way. I got so frustrated I gave up on that one. So what I need right now are 18 gauge 3/4 inch. So that's in this tray. And the cross that I am going to try to finish will be in there. Then we'll be switching trays to go to the necklace. I have a feeling Sleepy Joe is just being a troll there. And if you're going to come in and troll, just maybe finish your trolling. I'm waiting. Oh, that's right. You're not a mod. You can't post links. Sucks to be you. I love it. All right, sip of tea here. I had to be careful with the straw. Still kind of hurts. All right, well, we're going to get into camera quake, and as much as I like my background here with my guppies, I got to flip the camera around. If you guys are going to watch me work that, and I kind of want to show you on the table this gladius so I don't get in trouble for wielding a weapon up on a live stream. I guess Mr. Reverend Egroff, yeah, I got in trouble for doing that with an airsoft gun. Anyway, we won't get into that thing. And yes, there is a Minecraft forest tree almost done. My wife did all of it and then got frustrated with the top, and I'm like, although I see there's water way up there. I'm like, just kind of bend the cards a little bit, because you see on Pinterest that they're kind of bent. And that fish tank there is just storing empty water bottles in it for now. We have lead in our water, so I go and I get water from the store to do the fish tanks and to drink out of now. I've had 14 years of lead exposure. But that tank, I'm going to paint the back of it, and that will be a series of live streams for sure. But here we go, camera quake, everyone. I have no neat way of doing this with the iPhone, and my computer camera cannot pick up detail. Okay, come on. You're going to be a bugger, aren't you? Oh, there goes a fish digging in the sand behind me again. All right. Well, I'm not going to zoom in yet, but I wanted you guys to see this. We got this at the Minnesota Renaissance Festival back in, what was it? I think 2012. This is made by a company called Angel Sword, and their master, the one who made this, is passed on now. There's only 3 of these in existence that have his mark. This is a bronze gladius. We're letting it patina. It's not very long, but this actually is a reproduction of a actual gladius. The maker's mark is in the flames in the blade, which is very hard to see right now. There's flames on both sides on the blade. And this I had told Blue about years ago and never showed it. So there it is. That's our treasure. We did time payments on this thing. And after we had bought it, there were people who already tried to buy it from us. And I just about cut myself on it just now. It's sharp. But there you go, Blue, if you're watching it later. There it is. The real thing. Because of the history of that piece, it's probably never going to get sold. Because my daughter is making knives, and I think she's working on swords now as well. She wants to learn to make swords for sure, and so I don't know if that will be passed down to her or not, but I want to get another really nice blade so that either kid, you know, when I'm gone from this world and Troy's gone from this world, they're going to get one beautiful weapon each. And that's why I'm working on my sketchbooks and stuff too, is because I want to make sure my art gets passed on. My mother kind of refuses to do that, but this one was giving me all sorts of grief. I don't know what I did. Because the bars here on the sides should be able to lock into place. So this is the cross so far. So what I'm gonna do is zoom the camera in. Sorry guys. And this is the thing that does drive me nuts. Oh dear Lord. I think she has a toy now. That's her I have a glitter ball meow. She's so cute. I'm trying to adjust everything here. There we go. Yeah, that's her I have a glitter ball meow. Oftentimes, to be able to see what I'm doing with color work, I will put paper down as well, and I'll have colors sorted out on the table, but not in this case. And even though these are very wide-handled pliers, I have some other ones that I'm going to wrap in buckskin because they're getting too hard for me to deal with. So this, I don't know what on earth I did here. Yes, sometimes you destroy rings, and that's where I'm going. I'm just not exactly sure how. And it doesn't matter how many times you do a piece over and over again, as you are sometimes going to just screw it right up, which is what happened here. I still don't know what I did. Ah, I found the other end, I think. Yeah, and that ring is going to be also going to recycling because it's going to get marked up. Oh, jeez. Also, Ring Lord, when they do their aluminum and their steel and everything, all their stuff is from recycled materials. Your soda cans, your soup cans, things like that. Okay. All right, so that one is correct. All right. What the heck happened here? Ah, okay. Okay, that ring didn't get marked up. Kind of funny when I do these on break at work and end up, you hear all sort of crafters Tourette's where I start swearing. Sorry, that bang is me putting the pliers down so I can flip them over. Don't you dare. Okay. All right. So I got that. So it kind of starts out like a flip you get on Byzantine. And there's a black cat. Like I said, there's a black cat. God, I still feel like I've really messed this up and I'm not sure what I did. Okay, blue on that side. Ugh. I still messed it up. All right. I still screwed it up. Okay, those were the good rings. Alrighty. I know what I did. Okay. I know what I did. Okay, so we're going to go up one. I think I know what I did. Or sometimes I'm so absent-minded. And this is what chainmail is, just bending rings. Trying to make them do what you want. Sometimes they're like, no. No, that ain't ready. What did I do? Are you kidding me? I just can't seem to make this work on this one. And it's just like every other one. All right, take it apart again. All right. So that's the way it should be. Then two this way. So one in here. One in here. Get them to match up. And so you want to make sure where the ring is joined that it will match up. So I didn't need the extra blue, but that ring's been bent too much. Okay, now this one, take that off. And that goes in through the same two rings again. Okay, all right. I think I know what I did. That's my big black cat again. Come here. Okay, so I need to go between these two. All the way through and link in there. Now I'm going to add another ring. This is just like doing these tiny units here. This is just showing you in bigger rings at the start, but then I'm going to change it. It's not going to be the Byzantine that these units are going to be. This is going to turn into a full Persian 6-in-1. So I'm going to make sure I get that flip back in here on these two side rings. You see I got that ring there. I'm going to try. I have to hold those rings in the flip position. This is also why I need these handles to be thicker. I gotta get this ring through there too. And I think I got it. Yes. Okay. I gotta set that down a minute. I was putting a lot of pressure on that. I'm gonna do one more thing. I forgot to turn on the big overhead light in the kitchen, or in the dining room here. Let me do that quick. That'll give me some more light for the camera too. All right. Hard to get up sometimes. I have a torn meniscus in my knee. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to that yellow. And I gotta make sure, well, I have a mixture of 2 yellows in here, it looks like. Yeah. Okay. Move those little units out of the way there. Let's see, do I do one more green? Maybe do one more green. Let's see how that looks. All right. So again, what I had happen last time is I forgot to fart and flip those rings back over again. All right. Yeah, I'll go one more green. How did I forget to do this? I was just doing it there. Oh, man. I mean, I did the full length of the cross. Okay. Sometimes it takes me a moment to study this. Let's see where this takes me. I don't think it's taken me in the right place. If it doesn't, I'll have to take her apart again. And I mean, I've made a lot of these, right, you know, and it's like, gosh, this one is just giving me all sorts of grief. Because my brain is not braining. No, that ain't right. What the heck did I do? Now I gotta find where that ring joined. There it is. This is frustrating. I don't know why this one is so frustrating. Let me start one over here and get myself into the flow of it, and maybe I can see what is going on here, because right now I can't see it. I mean, I'm not visualizing what's happening here. And sometimes this is just what happens. I see how things are supposed to work in my head, and then if I can't reproduce it, it drives me crazy. Sorry, I got my arm up against the cord that's powering the phone right now. Gotta make another rainbow one anyway, so might as well, right? Okay. Then purple. I'm making myself look like an utter noob at this, I swear. You done with the cat toy, Jojo? For anyone watching later too, I do have a Gofundme in the description and Cashapp, because we're kind of in a spot where we're needing help, like my root canal and crown and re-enameling of some like 8 of my teeth is gonna be $4,200. So between that and fixing the car and everything else, I mean, yeah, I know I showed the bronze gladius there, but that's been with us for a long time and I don't want to get rid of that. But I am willing to make things. Currently I have that big necklace and a leather bound journal to make. The leather journal, of course I'm waiting on my Glover's needles to arrive so that I can stitch through the leather, because right now I can't. It's very frustrating. Alright. So we're going to go one more round of purple. This is where the Byzantine flip comes in. So you flip the 2 side rings, open this up, and then go between those side rings. One more time with the purple. Yeah, I know. I know. She's not home and you don't like it. There's no lap for you to climb on and sit there and schmurgle your teddy bear. The cat has an emotional support stuffed animal. That's not a joke. Okay, we're going to switch over to blue. I like this little tray. It's a handmade tray. No idea where it came from. It's all rough on the bottom, but I like it for doing chainmail. It's kind of a companion for me now. And if I'm working on bronze and have my bronze dragon here, he sits just perfectly. Okay. I'm going to try this again. Oh, this hurts. My shoulder's starting to grate. All right. So, I've got those. I've got those rings flipped. So now what I need to do is, I think, go between these two rings and get into those flipped ones. And drop everything, because why not? Sometimes you're going to find too that you get rings that just won't bend right, and that will be sometimes a problem with the ring. Like they're either cut too short or they weren't cut properly, and the ring will just look smaller than the others or bend really weird, and that ring, just recycle it. I'm having some issues here. Okay, I don't know if this is right or not. That one has got me second guessing myself now. Okay. That's not right. What am I doing? I don't know why I can't get this today. I'm just having a really bad time with this today. I don't want to be crying on camera, dang it. Now I'm back in the same spot I was on the other one. I can't get this to work. All right. So I know how this is supposed to look. I can't even hold on to these rings. Okay, so I need to go through these two and these two. That's where I went wrong. Those two and those two, which is what I was initially trying on the sides of that one cross. Okay, then the other side, same thing. here's the other side. I'm going to go through these two lower rings and then through the upper ring. Don't know why that cross was giving me so much trouble. Probably because I keep dropping it. There. Good grief. So what it's supposed to look like is this on the side here. That's how it's supposed to look. Okay. So I'm going to do one more set of blue. Keep flipping the pliers around, but okay. So now I'm going to go on the side, get in between the top two rings, so that pattern right here will continue. Go again. I'm going to lock those rings a little better. Okay. There was somebody bragging on, I think it was on TikTok, about how they were doing chainmail without using pliers. And there were so many gaps in the ring closures. It was awful. And it's like, you really do need to have pliers for this. I finally just understood the Sleepy Joe name in the chat here. Idiots. Okay. So I'm going to go back. I've got these two up here, and they're splitting this one, so I'm going to go to through the two split pair, and then go through the pair I just added into the mix. Lock this one in place. Oh, jeez. Maybe. There. Come on, click. All right. You get that click, you know the ring is joined. Now, when I was younger and doing a lot of chainmail with my wife, I wasn't doing such a death grip on the pliers, and I think it is because I'm losing mobility in my hands. Go to the other side, do the same thing, pass it through the 4 rings. Don't you dare. There. Okay, so that's coming out like it should. Why I can't get it on that one, on that cross, I don't know. Get my hand a break here. Show you guys some different weaves. My wife had done a lot of different samples over the years. This one was labeled. I don't know what one this one is. There's a whole lot of rings in that. I don't know which one this is. Other ones she's got labeled here. Like this one is dwarf male. It's a variant of probably dragon scale. This is a very thick one. Super thick. This one I think was supposed to be starting for a tie. This is Euro 4-in-1. Every ring has 4 rings. This is the most common one you see. This one is captive inverted round male. This is one I want to learn to do. It's really cool. There's a ring captured inside each set of rings. Well, that's a really neat one. Then, what's this one? Oh, this is the full Persian 6-in-1. This is the one I'm trying to do. That's what it looks like in a single color. This one does not have a label on it. I'm going to have to ask her what it is, but there's another variant. It looks like a double 4-in-1 actually. God, that would be a really cool shirt. Let me just play with it. What's this one? Oh, that is heavy. This has got to be stainless steel. This is a 4-in-1 again. Yeah, I think this is stainless. This is really heavy. It's like double the weight. It's supposed to turn into at least a cuff, but I have stainless steel. I could probably finish this one for myself. Really heavy. That's why that bag is so heavy. This one is Trizentine. This is a variant of the Byzantine, and it's instead of 2, 2, and 2, there's 2, 3, 3, 2. So you get units with 3 rings in here instead of 2 rings. So you can see the difference right there. Oh, dang it, I need brass rings. Here's 4-in-1 in brass. That's heavy too. That weighs a lot. It's beautiful though, and it holds its color like just amazing. These colored rings do hold their color. I've got bronze or gold colored aluminum, which anodized means the color is bonded to the metal. It's not a coating. So it ends up looking very nice for a very, very long time. I don't know what this one is. That's something that isn't finished. I don't know what this weave is, but it's super pretty. This is definitely a jewelry weave. This would never be armor, not compared to the dwarven. Well, that's, yeah, is that the dwarven? Yeah, the dwarf mail. I mean, this would stop something for sure. This is more decorative. This is a lot more open. A lot of these weaves cannot be done by machine. Anybody tells you otherwise, they're lying or they're trying to get you to talk down your prices. This is viper scale. Looks like snake skin. I think I'm getting close to being able to figure this one out. Now, there are instructions online, but some of this I've been just eyeballing and figuring it out. Probably making it harder on myself. I think this is a 6-in-1. It's very lacy. Again, very decorative. Very light, too. This one is Great Southern Gathering is the name of this one. It may have changed over the years. Some of these have new names because the nicknames people gave them kind of stuck. Well, it's kind of like a little lopsided 4-in-1 there. Feels like it. It's definitely different. What's this one? This is one of my favorites, and if you've watched me, you've seen me have a bracelet on that is copper. This is dragon scale, and that's what it looks like. That is one of my favorites. I haven't done that one, but it's one of my favorites. And again, here's a variant 4-in-1. You can tell every big ring has got 4 small rings attached. That's a very pretty lacy weave. And I think the last one we got in here, this is Japanese 6-in-1. And there's 6 rings attached to each ring. If I remember correctly, this one's a little tricky to get started. It doesn't have the same flat lay down that a 4-in-1 has. So those are the sample weaves. So I'll put these back. I should finish the tie. Sorry, camera quake. All right. I've rested my hand a moment. Let's get back to this. I'm going to add some green now. I think I just got so frustrated I overgripped the ring or the pliers and hurt my hand. So now that I've got the V, I'm going to go back in here again. with 2 rings. Come on. There we go. Yeah, see, this is working out fine. That other one just, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. We'll see if I can get the crossbars on this one. Maybe not. Okay, so I've got that. I'm gonna go back through these 2 again. Go to the other side. For working in the micro mail, I've got some electrician's pliers that I use that are really nice. Extremely 5 points. Oh, Belach is out there again. That's what the fluffy cat's been named, is Belach Moore. That means big boy in Gaelic. So, yeah. And he's out trotting around. These rings are a different color. Yeah. And that's a different color too. They kind of got mixed up a little bit. I gotta put out food for the outside cats though, because I've seen Moochie and I've seen Belak now, and I know there's a black and white one that was related to the 2 sisters I fostered and got adopted. So he's got the same tip on the tail, but he's bigger, so I'm not sure if he's the father. Might be. And there's the wraith. I dare not speak about another cat. Okay, we go back in here again. Oh, what's this gold button here? Okay. Never looked at that. That's okay. Yuki. Yes, you did. Oh, that's no problem. I'm just doing a chainmail live today while my wife's at dialysis. But I got a little frustrated. I'm doing these cross keychains right now. And going off camera again, I see. But at one point I was almost crying because I just could not get this. And I've done so many of these. I was like, yeah, I don't need the anxiety. I haven't had a lot of lives though, so don't worry about that. It hasn't been too many to miss. I really got to get back into doing a lot of them. But I'm just trying to do some rainbow crosses right now because I need keychains at my table. I sold out of the rainbow crosses. And for some reason today, it just ain't working right. And so how have you been? Come on. I talk to inanimate objects when they frustrate me. Okay, and then we'll go back in here. Yeah, I have a couple commissions to go, and then I actually want to make myself a mask. I'm not really sure what I'm going to make yet, because I think the drawing I did of the multiple eye tiger would make a fantastic mask. The seer, that would be really cool, because the extra eyes are just in his pattern, so I wouldn't have to cut any holes or anything, but I think that'd be a really neat mask. Yeah, I had a root canal this week. That was not fun. That was far from fun. But I said at the beginning of this stream too, I was they gave me an anxiety medication, and after the procedure and I was home, I was talking to a bookcase. Sometimes you get my age, you're still gonna deal with anxiety and stuff like that. It happens, but yeah, that talking to a bookcase. All right, yeah, I wanted to go between that one. I think I'm figuring out what I did wrong on the other cross. What kind of animation are you doing? Whoops. Sorry about that. I have this not so sturdy stand my phone is on. Okay, we're going to switch over to orange. Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, I haven't really tried my hand at animation, but I do enough stuff with, just traditional art that's something I just never got into. Always was kind of frustrating to me. And would I love to be able to do it? Oh, yeah. But like even with computer drawing, layers kind of, it just always confused me, the mechanics of them and stuff, which is really weird because I have a computer science degree, so I'm used to computers and details like that, but drawing programs just kind of make me go, what? Yeah, I finished, I had gotten accepted into nursing school when I had about a semester left of my computer science, so I finished it anyway, because it's like, I'm so close to being done with this, so why not? And that's why I have that, and I'm a nurse. Which nowadays, since everything's so much computerized in nursing, it's helped a lot. Come back here. But like even silly animations, you know, things that are not complex or anything, it just kind of mystifies me, you know. Trying to get that ring to lock in the right spot there. Why are you being a bugger? Okay. You should have heard it. Chell had a toy earlier. She was being very, very loud. Yeah, I think that's the thing that gets me. At least when we had an animation unit in my middle school art class. Now this was back in 1980, I think. We're doing it all on paper, of course, and you're using, I think we were using vellum cells. And so you could kind of trace and just slightly change things that way. And I'm sure it's pretty much the same way, but it's just the whole aspect of it kind of gets a little frustrating for me. But I mean, I've got a tablet, and I've got one that's called Repaper, that's the second one. I have an old Wacom that is from the 80s that still works, and I like it. But the Repaper one, I can actually just draw right on paper and it'll record it onto the computer. But one thing I found out is it doesn't do, it will miss. And it's supposed to be able to work on pressure and stuff, but sometimes it does miss. But I need to get to playing with that some more again, because it is really nice. And I'd like to be able to try and get it where I can animate using that. All right, let's switch to red. But the Repaper device is pretty expensive from what I understand. I got it as a Christmas gift one year. I really, really need to be playing around with that some more. It's supposed to be able to work with the iPad and everything too, but my iPad I think is like 10 years old now. And so I do want to get a nice new one. And then start with the, you know, doing some drawings on it. But that's far and away. I'm doing pretty good on Canvas. Come on, there we go. Yeah, I don't know why that one was just frustrating me so bad. Oh boy, everybody's all bundled up outside. I didn't check the temperature for today. I'm sure it's still pretty low. It was 5 yesterday evening, so I probably should have gone out and started the car, but I was out pretty late too. Had somebody gave us Walmart gift cards, and so I went to Walmart, and one of the things I was going to get was a couple packs of cotton towels to take to work, because they're having us nurses wash our hands with pretty much gas station paper towels. And I think that's part of why my hands are so sore, because it gets to the point that I can't close them. I'm almost crying in pain when I get done with a week at work. So as long as I'm using one cotton towel for one patient, that's fine. But I had gift cards. I forgot to use the gift cards. They're in my wallet. And it's like, that's what I came here for, idiot. But I'll probably stop again tonight and grab some more, because I only grabbed one pack. Not one of my brightest moments. Okay. Why does this one look so short? Oh, it isn't. Okay, a little bit shorter, but not enough to make a difference. That's the one I've been kind of interested in, but I don't know. I suppose it would work just fine on this old iPad I'm using. I mean, Procreate should work with it just fine. I don't see why it wouldn't. Might not have some of the advanced capabilities on this iPad, but I wouldn't want to do it on my phone, because that's, even though I have the 13 Pro Max with the really big screen and everything, that wouldn't be big enough. I'd be having to do a lot of zooming in and out. Okay, one last red. I might, if I'm awake enough. I've been up since 4 a.m. And it is 12:19 here right now. If I might stream Vintage Story later. I'm not sure yet. Okay, now I'm gonna go to the other type of rings. I like these square rings for accents. It's a square wire. And I have to buy some square wire yet too that's twisted. It looks really cool, and there's so much sparkle. But for the ends of these crosses, I really, really like to have this square wire. It just looks neat. kind of gives it a finished look. So instead of 2 inside that V here, I'll be doing 3. Yeah, if this gets too tough on me, I might just make some earrings later with a micro mail, because it'll be a little easier. People don't realize, you look at an aluminum can and you think, oh, this isn't very strong. I mean, look at how flimsy this is. Aluminum actually is not a flimsy metal, and especially when you're bending a lot of it. You feel it after a while. So yeah, so that's, I like the, I probably should have gone one more. Let's see. Nope, that's okay. That works. Okay, now. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's a good length. That's cool. It's so pretty. I love rainbow colors. Now I'm going to go back to the one that's been giving me the headache and try to figure out what on earth I was thinking. I'm still not really sure what is happening here. Okay. I don't know what I did here. Oh. There we go. Okay. No, I had a phone call. I didn't take it, but I definitely had a phone call. Yep, I'm back. All right. Now let's take these out again. I may have figured out where I screwed up. So I need to find out where the ring is joined, which would be right there where I got frustrated and left a big gap. And that ring is wrecked. That will go in recycling. Oh, that's so that I can have everyone kind of see what I'm attempting to do. Oh my God, this is so frustrating. Okay, there's the join. Okay. I think I know what I did. I gotta rejoin this because that one is a messy. The ends don't meet very neatly. Okay. There we go. That's better. No, that's fine. If it was too close, that's okay. All right. Let's try this again. I don't have the finished ones handy to tell me where how I had done this initially. And I lost it again. No, that ain't right. That's got to go in here. Closet goblin. Okay, now it's between those rings. Okay, another green. I'm right by the heat register and I'm actually warm. It's kind of funny. That flipped that way, that flipped that way. Let's try this again. Okay. I feel like I'm playing the game Operation here. Okay. Gonna go another green. And I'm gonna try this again. I just don't understand what I am doing wrong here. Except that ring went racing that direction as soon as I picked it up. Okay, so this ring is supposed to go through these two and through those two, which is where I was before. I have taken this apart a whole lot of times on camera now. Oh, man. Oh, come on. Oh, calm down. part of this is my hands are just not functioning like they should. And I'm trying to go in a tighter spot. Come on, get in that ring. No, I want you in that ring. There we go. Good ring. Good ring. Okay, now go in through those two. No, no, that's not what I asked you to do. Okay. Oops, camera quake. Okay. That one that way. There we go, dropping it again. I don't know why this seems to be a lot tighter than it normally is. I get those rings twisted. I'm gonna be so perturbed if I did. No. You know, there's times when I go to makers markets that I get people saying, well, I could do this a lot cheaper. Not necessarily. Or, that's so easy to do. Not necessarily. And you're growling at it now. I can't get the, oh, I gotta rest my hand a moment. Ow. Oh, boy. That's a tough one. Holy crap. I want to get this cross done. All right. I get at least one of these done. Oh man, come on. Maybe if I don't hold it so tight. And then it's just gonna flip around again on me. Oh my God. Why? Maybe if I could sneak it up here. So once I get this, it'll work. I mean, oh my gosh. I got one side. Oh my God. I'll be right back. I'm gonna dig in my finished product bag and get out one of them that I've completed. It'll be a solid color, but then I can at least see where that join, what it's doing. Be right back. Up. No. Yelling at me ain't gonna help. Move. Move, oh blackness. Inky, shiny blackness. That is my Bombay. Okay. I brought out some of my other keychains too. Okay. Now. Yeah, they should cross over in the front. Okay. Yeah, there's one of the solid color crosses I've done. Here's a non-binary flag I've done in Euro 4-in-1. Kind of a fun one. I've been playing around with different flag designs. These these came out really super nice. Really like them. And then of course I got to make some more candy ones too. The butterfly's cute. And then of course I had to mix the candy with the chainmail because why not? So like the candy ones are like 10 at all of the keychains. If you're in Minnesota and I can meet up with you, all the keychains are $10, but otherwise if I have to pay for shipping, they're 15. But I like the candy ones. I love color. Yeah, so that's what I did. That was a little smaller cross right there. Okay. Now these are just some of them, but yeah, the flags took me a while to figure the pattern out. I didn't have any directions. I just eyeballed it. And just started doing it. And my father-in-law loves his. He's a veteran, so he really likes it. Okay, so that's supposed to go that way, like that. And oh, that's too short. I need the longer one. All right, so that. What did I do here? I might have them too far apart. Oh, get off my hair, cat. Like, no, I'm not. Not getting off your hair. He is such a mama's boy. Oh my gosh, I just can't. This cat. Bombays really bond hard to their person. And he is really bonded to me. Okay, so I was making this 50 times harder on myself because I had the initial rings, whoops, the base of this crossbar too far apart. What are you into? Rafe, what did you eat? Goofball. He's the one that's on the medical diet, but he'll eat anything. Okay, well, thank you for stopping in, Yuki. I just absolutely love it. I appreciate it so much, and I'm sorry I didn't accomplish much more other than you listening to my frustration. So you have a great day. Bye. Of course, now Shaw Thirst is live. Everybody's going to be going there, and I like her streams. That's okay. I'm going to keep going. Now that I know what I did wrong. Okay. Yeah, because that was just really physically painful, and I could not figure out why that was so darn tight. Okay. So that actually needs, no, that can just, okay, let's grab some, another blue. You're not starving to death, cat. I have to keep, when all three cats are loose, the food is not laying out because he will eat theirs and they go after his. They really like his medical food. So right now, nobody has food out. And Blam is funny because she's like a little piggy with it. Oh my God. She just wants to eat it. And it's like if I turn the girls loose, if it's their time to be in a separate room, because there's also cat fights here and there. I turn him loose and Blum goes straight for his food. But since I've put them on the From cat food, they just, the girls have gotten so solid. I mean, they are some muscular cats. And Shell was actually getting really, really thin for a while. And, you know, she was the runt of the litter, as far as we can tell when we picked them up off the shed floor. And so she, you know, always gets cold easy and everything else. But it's like she's gotten so muscular and solid, and she's just a pretty kitty. She's always been a pretty kitty, but it's like right now, her muscles and everything, that From cat food has done really well. And the reason why I switched to that, even though, you know, we're financially struggling and everything, but one thing I learned with having horses is you make sure your animals get the best care, regardless what your situation. Well, a lot of the cat foods, including Iams and Purina and Rachel Ray and other ones. Well, Rachel Ray is using brown rice fiber or whatever, which cats, it's not really good for them. And other companies are using cellulose, or as we know it, wood shavings. So that's why I switched over to this cat food that is quite expensive. But I have noticed a huge difference in the health of the girls, and so I'm not going to change it because of that, you know. And because, like, today I'm going to the food shelf and stuff, so we're not starving. It's just, you know, the medical bills, and had to have the shocks and stuff done on the car again after we had the control arms and the bearings done. So, you know, and other medical bills and rent, and it's just, we're not keeping up. So, but I do make sure those girls, and Wraith, because I mean his food is not cheap either, I do make sure they get the best stuff they can. Oops, camera quake. So even if we were in a cardboard box, well, if we were in a cardboard box, I would get them adopted out, you know, find them good homes if I can. But they'd still get the best food I can provide. And that was just one thing my mom always insisted with the horses. We never went with a cheap feed. Once we had a good feeding program for the show horses, that's the way it was. And that was after my father got, or my stepdad got sick, and she had to go back to work. You know, for a while he didn't work because he really got sick. And the horses were shiny and sassy and gorgeous looking, and they still had excellent care and excellent feed. There we go. I got it. I spent that whole time struggling with this, and it turned out it was because I had the rings too far apart. How stupid do I feel right now? Okay, now we're going to switch over to yellow. Oh, boy. for anyone who doesn't know, back in the 80s, we had 37 head of horses. We had 2 stallions. We had a bunch of babies. We had the brood mares. We had boarders. Yeah. Deconverted, man. Yeah, back in my day. Oh my God. Yeah, it's like I'm only 57. I'm talking like I'm 80. It's so funny though. I mean, stuff like, yeah, and the thing is now horses are so expensive. I just, to have one that is trail trained is a lot of money. Forget show trained. And I mean, I used to do 90 days of training on them where, you know, they would be pretty much ready for competition. And that would include us entering them in shows just to get them used to being around other horses in the show ring and stuff. I think that's the right way I'm doing it. Looks like it. But it was a lot of work, a lot of barn cleaning. You'd be amazed how much poop 37 horses can produce. What was really funny though is when my parents built their place, it was sand. The whole area next to a cemetery. But it was just all sand. I mean, everybody thought my parents were crazy. Well, yes. You know, when you're bedding horses with straw, did a lot of trail riding and Western equitation and games. I never learned to ride dressage. My mom always called the hat a piss pot, and she was forced to do dressage in Germany when she was young, and she just hated it. She wanted to live the life of a cowboy, and so that's what we did. We did the Western riding, we did the barrel racing, all that stuff. What do you want, Cat? I'm considering she made a name for herself as a cowboy artist too. I mean, that was her thing. Of course, right now we're also dealing with Alzheimer's with her, and I tried last weekend when I went up to see her to see if she would at least draw with me in my sketchbook, and you know, I'm like, well, Mom, I want one of your drawings in my sketchbook. I'd love you to do this with me. Could not get her to do it. She her name now is well, I'm in Minnesota. We ran 4 square quarter horses with the Western Saddle Clubs Association. Because we specialized with quarter horses. And yeah, we were based out of Minnesota, but you know, my parents, of course, don't have horses anymore, because I mean, my mom's anywhere between 87 and 93. We're not really sure. And so recently with her, you know, her Alzheimer's really started to stand out this last year, and it's been really hard to deal with. See a really strong, powerful woman who's made huge changes and, you know, did a lot for women's lib and all of that stuff. I mean, she she and my father rode across country on horseback and would get into bar fights and all sorts of things. And I have their photos of when they were out riding like that, but you know, then my father left when I was really little, so. But there's been a lot of issues that. Oh yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, it was. We were out of Minnesota. I was queen of Double Bit Riders Saddle Club in 1987. So I don't know if your sister would be familiar with the Saddle Club or not. Anyway, some of the stories that Shannon talks about were some of the things that I had gone through. And despite issues I can't really say anything too much about, I'm still extremely proud of my mother. She still is a hero to me, and so is Linda Carter as Wonder Woman. But I mean, this woman taught Jacqueline Kennedy how to ride horses. She taught Vern and Greg Gagne how to ride horses. She did a lot for a lot of people, and then working as a nurse besides, and that it's really hard to see her the way she is now. Her memories are kind of sliding away, and it's hard to watch. Yeah. But yeah, for a while we were based out of Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. Used to be horses there. It's inner city now, I'll tell you that much. I used to ride horses to the grocery store. Oh, and the best thing, of course, was getting pulled on toboggans behind the horses. Yeah, that's what my wife said about her horse experience too. That, yeah, the horse wasn't too much into it. Oh, I know I showed it earlier in the stream, but since you're here later, I did this in case Blue happens to watch any of this. Let me zoom out a moment. This is one of our treasures from the Renaissance Festival from 2012. Made by Angel Sword, made by the master sword maker, and he's no longer alive. There are 3 of these in existence with the maker's mark, which is in the blade, and it's hard to see. We're letting this patina, but it's a bronze gladius. There's only 3 bronze gladiuses with the master's marks on it in existence. And so we have to get another sword, because at the time that my wife and I are no longer on this world, there's going to be fights over this thing, so we need to get another really, really super nice blade. And that way we'll have things passed down. Yeah, and despite our financial issues now, and you know, it's like, I know I've got the Gofundme up and everything, it's like, I imagine people would be saying, well, why don't you sell that? And it's like, no, that's gonna turn into a family heirloom, and especially as rare as it is, that's one of those things that won't go anywhere, you know. Just like if I ever get all my art books, I have a leather tome it's huge, and it's like, I don't know, it's like a 25 pound book that has cotton pages in it that I'm going to be doing paintings in. And then of course I got my black and white sketchbooks and stuff, and so I want to get all of that filled up, so by the time I'm my mom's age, there's going to be a lot of things that will still be able to be passed down to my kids, and you know, if they have kids. Well, my son is engaged to a girl he's been with since they were 12, and he's 26 now, born in 99. My daughter was born in 97. So I know someday it'll happen, but I'm very family oriented. I always have been. That's why I have my grandmother's married name as my last name. Oh no, I'm 57. Yeah, I'm gonna be getting some more stuff up on Etsy. But today I decided to stream and get some back projects done, and I have a commission to work on too. I'm doing a piece in lapis that is mimicking this big thing that my wife made, and it's got an amethyst heart on it, and this is Byzantine lace. So this necklace is huge, and another nurse ordered one that I'm doing in blues because that's her favorite color, and instead of a heart pendant, it's going to have this big lapis and topaz piece on it. So that's what I got to work on today too. And then I have a leather book I have to work on, except I don't have Glover's needles. They're a triangular point needle that can go through pretty much any leather, and because I picked a heavy suede to do beadwork on, I got to have those needles, and I'm still waiting for them. They're hard to find. But I'm trying to get these projects worked on, you know. And then for craft sales and stuff too. Or like right now I'm doing the keychains. All right. Thank you. I'm so glad that you popped in. I don't get to talk to you enough. Now, why did I start that side and not finish the other? Really, 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 Feather. Keep dropping that ring. So I gotta watch the time too. I have a little less than an hour. Here I go again. At least get one of these crosses done. Yeah. Can't wait till I get the commission work done, and I want to make a mask, Therian mask, and I don't know what one I'm gonna do yet. So many animals I'd love to do. still tempted to do that six-eyed tiger. That would be an amazing mask. And I've done wood carving and sculpting in bronze, which I stopped because that's very, very, very expensive. And clay work and needle felt. And so I'm very experienced sculpting animals and stuff. And then I've done the dragon puppets too. Which I think the first thing before I do a mask is I'm probably going to finish the harpy eagle base that I'm doing for a dragon puppet. Okay. And now yellow. Wrong yellow. Yeah, I just love harpy eagles. I think that would be so cool to do a mask like that, though, out of cardboard and paper. The tricky part is that I'm going to have to do all those feathers, and I also have to be able to make the eyes blink and make it three-dimensional. So like I did Hearn the Hunter, my dragon, out of cardboard and clay, I gotta go more three-dimensional than that, because I'm gonna try to do a dragon with that realistic aspect of the harpy eagle to it. And I know I want to do the Kelpies puppets too. I have 2 Kelpie designs I want to do. And one will be a realistic horse skull. But I don't know. I already have the harpy eagle base started. So I don't know. I guess it depends on my mood when I get these commissions done. Then I'll have a little time for some fun stuff. This what I'm doing now is fun. This is very relaxing as long as I get the rings in the right place in the first place. Oh my gosh, that was frustrating. This made this cross take like 30 times longer than it should have because I could not figure out what I did wrong. It's super duper frustrating. But I got it now. It's like, good grief. Full Persian 6-in-1 isn't that hard. What am I doing? Well, I'm doing all the wrong things. Okay, where's that ring? There it is. I was telling somebody at work, there was a point where I was making a scale bra. Because why not? I had these beautiful carbon fiber scales and thought they looked so neat. Oh my gosh. And the scale fabric looked so cool. I get 1 cup done and I notice a hole right where the little pointy bit on the bosom is. I'm like, I know I didn't miss this, so I had to take out a whole bunch of rows to get to that point where I could fix it because it was a big hole. Okay, fine. Get that fixed. Continue on to the next cup, and I'm gonna start attaching that and everything. And it happens again in a different spot. And it happened on the piece I was just working on that portion of it. I'm like, this isn't making any sense. Try it again. Same result. After I fixed it, there was a hole in another spot. And then I see the scale on the floor. Now with scale mail, you're doing pretty much a Euro 4-in-1. You have 4 rings attached to each scale. And if the scale breaks, you know, it breaks the pattern. And metal scales will not break. Well, what happened, and I mean, I love Ringlord's products a lot, but they had the hole cut so close to the edge of the carbon fiber scale itself that it was actually snapping. And that was very, very aggravating. I actually need to do one more loop in there. So I'm only going to be working in, I want to do a glow-in-the-dark one, kind of a raver type one, but those I'd be using larger scales with a bigger hole, you know, bigger spot where the hole isn't. But I don't know what to do with all these little carbon black scales I've got. It kind of sucks. Okay, and I'm getting there, getting this done now. Doggone it. Rings in the correct spaces. It makes a difference. I was getting really frustrated with that. Come on. Trying to move the end of the ring so I can grasp the other end. Oops, almost. There we go. Come on. There. Just had to get that to match up. Oh, that's looking really nice. All right, more of the square rings on the end. And I think I'm gonna improve on this here. I kind of like the loose rings at the end. I don't like the loose rings here. Okay. So get that one. There we go. These crosses, I had a bunch of them made. They sold out so fast at the last Makers Market. I'm not doing the Makers Market this weekend because I have stuff to do here, including those commissions. I gotta get those done. And I don't have Valentine's stuff set up that would work at this sale. I'm gonna be in the February one. It's always the last Saturday of the month, so, but I think I need a mental break too. With all this stuff going on with my mom and with my wife and her health and everything, I've just been a little more stressed than I want to deal with too many people right now. I get enough people at work. And that's not that I don't like people. I like people. I'm an extrovert. I'm very outgoing, but there is a point where my brain just wants to shut down and say enough is enough. Oh, come on. There. Eyeballs? Come on, eyeballs. There you go. That's good eyeballs. One more. And we're over here on the other side. This works so much easier with these bent nose pliers. Okay. One other thing I forgot to mention when you're doing chainmail is you notice there are no teeth on these pliers. Do not, unless you are trying to make patterns in your rings, don't use pliers with teeth. Now this is pretty solid the way it is, but you notice that the cross arms bend. We're gonna wanna lock these into place. But that center is really pretty. I got it the way it was supposed to be, but now we need to lock this. So I'm gonna use, this is bugging me. I'm gonna put that in place too. This is a change to this design and I'll feel better with it. So I'm gonna open up a couple red rings. We'll just finish that bottom. Okay. Same thing as I did on the side arms. I just don't like the dangly bits. That sounded wrong. Okay, one. Oops, let's get that ring to close up neatly here. I said close up neatly. That's the principle of it, but is it going to listen to me? Oh, no, it's not. There. Okay. Now, this one. Brrr. That's how we talk to our felines around here. There's a whole lot of brrr. And Chell, you're gonna have to wait before she's home. I'm sorry, kitten. Chell is so bonded to my wife. Okay, now let's lock her in place. Stabilize those arms. Actually, I need to do the purple rings there too. Just a moment. Okay. Stomach started complaining. And sometimes when you're doing chainmail, you just all of a sudden start improving on your own work, you know? Find things that just seem to work a lot better. You go with it as you see it. Maybe. Are you really gonna do this to me? Where is it? There it is. What, Chell? Meow. Meow, 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 baby. Meow, meow, pussycat. What you doing, Chell? Where are you? Oh, there you is. Hi. Did you come to see Mommy? Let me close that tray before you step on it. Yeah? How's it, Chell? He's a good kitten. Ah. Gonna be 6 years old, but she thinks she's a kitten. Probably because we've spoiled her and Balam rotten. And Wraith, he's pretty spoiled too. Oh, this ain't gonna let me do it. Oh. Probably because I have this key ring in here, I bet. Let me pop that off of there. Bet it's because that's on there. It's not giving me enough play with those 3 rings. It's not letting me do it at all. Come on. Oh, bugger. Let's try from the other side. Uh-oh. Chell, you got, oh, she's got a glitter ball again. It's so cute. Nope, that's not gonna let me do it on the top. Okay, that's all right. Oh. over warm. Okay, back on there. Okay, so won't let me do it on the top. That's okay. That it is what it is. I am gonna, however, take 2 blues and we're gonna lock the cross beam in place. And then this one will be done. Do we want to do blues or purple? I'd do blues. Make it a little more consistent. We'll see how easy this goes. I only do 2 because if you do 4, you're fighting that last ring for hours at times. Depending on the aspect ratio. Oops, sorry about that. Camera quake. I can't see where that's coming out. Breathe. Okay, try again. Drop the ring. Come on. Okay, I got it through those blue. Now to feed it through the purple. So it's easier to start by feeding it into the cross arm. So now I'm feeding it through, or trying to, feeding it through the purples up on top. I know it's hard for you guys to see. Hard for me to see. Good God. Where are you? Oh, I went too far. Kind of tricky getting it to go through there. Everything likes to wibbly wobbly around here. Come on. Oh my gosh. Seriously. If I go this way, maybe that's what I did the first time. Oh. Sorry for the camera quake again. Nope. I'm looking right at it. Come on. Almost. Almost. Come on. Okay. Grab there. Gently bend it into place. Okay, turn it. So you hide that, join, and there's one side. You notice that arm is stable now. So now I got to do the same thing on the other side. And like I said, that'll stabilize it. You're still going to have play down here. Nothing you can do about it because it's so long. It's just going to have play to it regardless what. And that's fine. It kind of makes it into a little bit of a fidget type thing, you know, to just waggle around and play with. Sounds weird for a cross, I know, but, you know. It's supposed to be something soothing for people who believe in that. Let it be. So now I'm fighting with this again. Almost. Get my thumb in there to hold that in place if I can. Okay. I think I got it. Maybe not. It slid out from my nail again. Okay, come on. All right. Have hold of it there. Leave it here. Shoot. Yeah, bugger. Come on. Lock into place. Got it. Okay, that took longer than it should have today. Oh my gosh, that took way longer. Oh my word. But it is done. And it came out looking really nice. So you can see the colors. There we go. So later I'm going to finish the other one. Gotta let my hands rest. So there we go, guys. For those of you who have popped in, thank you so much. It was nice seeing Deconverted Man and see Yuki again, and that was enjoyable. I like that. Anybody watching later, I do have a couple links in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and you know, share, you know, get people aware of me, And I'm hoping to be able to get some more stuff back in gear again once things settle down here. I have more dental work this coming week, so I don't know what I'll be like next Saturday. So anyway, you guys have a fantastic day, and blessed be. Take care, everyone. And how do I stop this crazy thing? Bye.